you it was a dream. So none of that had actually happened.
I have figured it out.
Cool.
So the stabilization is on the GoPro.
I turned it off.
You turned it off?
Yep. So welcome to the show, everyone.
Hi, welcome to NoCo.live. It's us.
Hi, hello, and welcome to the show where we're still figuring things out. I'm your host, Charles Joseph Kelly. Yeah, you're supposed to say your name now, dude.
You went, I'm your host, Charles Joseph Kelly, and then gave it a second. Yeah, and I'm your host, Kev Cat Martinez. And your other host is our box boy on the ones and twos.
I'm in the box.
He's
Hello,
in a
everyone.
box. What's good, Chris?
Stress. Live television is stressful, folks.
You're working in television now?
Well, this is television.
Oh,
So we got
I'm an idiot.
so we got some new equipment. We haven't had a chance to really test it out, and I blame myself for not being able to jump in here and work on it. So I apologize about that. But this is some dope shit. We've got an actual switcher now, which allows us to change the cameras over here. I mean, we only have one camera that's
Which
working.
you won't be seeing too much of tonight, unfortunately.
We will figure it out for next week, but that is okay. So yeah, this is our weekly live show. If this is the first time you've been, if you've ever checked out the show, if this is the first time you checked out the show,
we do it every week, and you can't prove that we don't.
Yeah. Yes.
I like that.
Exactly. So,
like
we've missed a few weeks here or there just because of the holidays, because it's that time of the year where we miss things.
Seasonal depression.
We've got that seasonal depression.
It's a real thing.
Mixed with real depression. The regular depression.
But
I said real, like seasonal depression wasn't real. They're both real.
everything is real.
Welcome to Psychology as a Superstition with Kev Cat.
Yes, I'll finally be.
This week we're going to talk about my favorite truth. The flat Earth.
Oh, God.
Yes, we're going to prove exactly why Sky Daddy is real using only anecdotal evidence. My mouth did not want to say that.
Okay, I'm going to.
Good thing you're a professional broadcaster.
Right?
I want to give you a second chance at that joke.
Okay.
And Chris, I want you to be ready with the cheer from the board when this
We
fails.
both know what he's going to
That I can probably
play.
do.
Okay, so...
Into the mic. Proper mic etiquette.
Hi, my name is Kev Cat Martinez, and this week I'm going to be proving you...
Okay.
Hi,
And then we're
my
going to
name
take
is
a break
Kev
and we'll
Cat
cut in between.
Hi, my name is Kev Cat Martinez, and this week I will be proving, using only anecdotal evidence, that Sky Daddy is in fact real. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I wanted.
It does not sound like crickets.
It really
sounds
doesn't.
like a squeaky wheel, like you're at the Walmart shopping cart. You did great, my dude.
Thanks, dog.
So, friends, what have you guys been up to? What's going on? Chris, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hold on, let me find my shot. Yeah. Oh my God.
There he is.
It looks like a webcam from when I was in college. The little remember the little Logitech webcams?
Yes.
With the little triangle base thing. It looks like one of those. So I'm so glad it's 2020 where everything works in harmony. What have I been up to? Man, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You've been up to man fuck?
Sometimes.
I believe in this.
Miss Crazy Fangirl, squeak, squeak,
Hey.
squeak. Hello, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome! You came over from my live stream that I held before this live stream. Hello!
Yeah, let's talk about how you're becoming a live stream internet sensation, KevCat.
I am not.
You kind of are, though.
I did one live stream where somebody gave me 2 stickers, and that was literally less than an hour ago.
So you have to.
So what is the stickers?
Okay.
The stickers
pretend
are
I don't know anything about this, which is not pretending because I don't
know a lot about it. Somebody else had to tell me
Okay,
in the chat.
first of all,
but
where were you live streaming?
From my house.
No,
Oh, you mean on TikTok?
What platform?
Yes,
On
what platform?
TikTok.
Where
Let me
can
see.
people see this stream? Okay, on TikTok. Great.
Yes.
Now, what the hell are stickers?
These,
Punk X Angie, welcome back.
Oh, hello.
Nice to see you.
God damn it.
What the
were
hell
you
are
saying?
stickers?
So the
do you want me to-
stickers are they're like points, coins, and they're actually apparently real life money that people can send you. If
So
they
it's a way of
you.
tipping you, kind of
Yeah,
like people
kinda.
do on Twitch.
It's kind of like cam girls, and the way that I'm talking about this is you tip your cam girl for or cam person money, and then they get a pan out. This
yeah,
joke is not landing
It's
at
not.
all.
It's actually.
But it's okay
it
because,
broke its neck on arrival.
Because
but it's
Miss
all right.
Crazy
I love it.
Fangirl says, "Indeed, I did. In fact, I made this Twitch account just so I could see this."
Oh my
So-
god!
Love you guys. Thank you
Holy
so
shit,
much.
Thank you.
That is wonderful.
Fuck.
Twitch
That's
is pretty
super
dope. What do I do on Twitch? I watch Pokemon on Twitch all the time. I just leave it on.
I've
and
been watching speedrunning on Twitch, like Games Done Quick. I've been watching those. They just had their, like, they have 2 events every year, and they just had awesome Games Done Quick. And I
Yeah.
don't watch the whole thing because it's literally 7 days straight of people playing speedrunning video games. But I pick and choose the.
Have you seen
ones
the
I wanna
ones? Have
see.
you seen the ones lately which are like the AIs that like learn
yes,
the games?
Yes, that's called TaskBot. So it's a tool-assisted speedrun robot that they program to play the game better than a human can play it. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's absolute. Like every game that you watch is like, oh, nobody could ever have played this. So
No, it's absolutely nuts. Like what'll really blow your mind is like look up some of the task speed runs on Celeste.
ooh,
Even on chapter 9.
Oh,
Like they clear chapter 9 in like 12 minutes or something
that's
ridiculous.
Insane. That's
That's
insane.
kind of amazing.
Yeah. And
So-
if you haven't, those of you who like video games, if you haven't played Celeste, I would highly recommend this. And this is a very high recommendation because I don't play a lot of games, but I played the shit out of Celeste and I love it. If you can imagine a Mario platformer on steroids, that's essentially what it is.
It's dope.
But
I
it's
like-
with awesome, amazing music, and the level designs are fun, and it's really challenging, and you will die a lot.
Yeah. So like I want to talk about Celeste.
Let's talk about Celeste.
But I want to get back to TikTok. So my dude, you have a cult following, as it were, now off of your TikToks. What the fuck happened?
do you mean?
Yeah, take us back to the beginning. What made
Talk
you
into the microphone, my
What
dude?
made you want to do TikTok?
This is a nightmare. So
Cat, we love
the
you.
whole reason I made this account like on TikTok was I was like, I'm gonna use a name I don't use for my other social medias, and I'm just gonna fuck around on this. I'm gonna make videos that I like making, and like dorky things that I just thought were fun that I enjoyed. And I had this really dumb idea while I was hanging out at work, and like the song from Twilight came on,
Which song?
Supermassive Black Hole by
yeah,
Muse.
The Muse song, yeah.
Yep, and I was like, I'm gonna shoot this, and then I posted it, and right now it's sitting at 400,000 views.
That's nuts.
So that kind of blew up, and then
What-
I just kept posting like shit posts and stupid things that I like making, and like they kind of got bigger, and I was like, that's really fucking cool, and I
What do you attribute that to? Like that kind of like,
chaotic comedy.
sure. Well, not the comedy. That's a good name for a podcast. But
I love that.
the popularity of like that video and like getting these followers, like what do you attribute that to, if
I
anything?
just like the thing is, it's just you be quick, wholesome, sincere, and funny, like very fast, and like
Yeah, it's
I just post things that I like making. That's
it's
it.
interesting. So I've been doing a lot of research on like TikTok and what's going popular, and like it's random, man. There's some amazing content out there that has like very few posts, and like not at all. I don't want to like diminish like your work, like your fucking poster, like perfection. Like they're like literally, and people you can see this in your posts and in your comments specifically. People are like, this is like classic Vine energy. People really respect like the quality of content, the shit posting that's happening, and just like the absolute like fun that's happening there, where a lot of the other creators who are popular right now are posting content that's obviously faked. Like there's ones like I saw.
They're trying too hard. It's the same. It's the same with a lot of YouTubers. Where Logan Paul, for example, like these kind of guys who are just like everything's just spontaneous and
it's all
wacky, but
staged.
it's all incredibly produced and staged and very inauthentic.
Right.
So speaking of that, another TikTok that got kind of popular recently. Also, kind of iffy about the title of this one. Some people said that it was a bad one, and I it and like know what I did wrong. But also,
I want to talk about this one.
no, I don't know if I really want to go into it. Like the thing is, like I don't know how to describe this, but anyway, sorry. So I was making a TikTok with my friend James, and I had this idea for like, have you heard fuck, what the fuck is this song called?
Sing it.
I think it's like, it's by 100 Gex,
I don't know
and
what that
it's
is.
like, it's a great band, but there's the beginning part of it goes like, huh, you think you're so tough? You talk a lot of big game for someone with such a small truck, and it's like this whole like thing.
All right.
It's so funny, but I had this idea. I was like, James, let me yell at you and like get all up in your face, and like you don't react. And then I was like, wait, what if you pushed me at the end? And he goes, I have a better idea. Let's try
Oh, was
shooting
that the one
this.
that you posted on Instagram as well?
Yeah, and
Okay,
he
I
just
did see that.
defeated me on the wall.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but I loved it.
So the thing is, and the important thing to know is that it's a very good thing that you could not see James's face, because if you saw his face, you would also see the same look that was on my face, because he didn't know I was about to go all the way through the ceiling. He was
Oh, no
expecting
shit.
me to just go on the door, and I went launching. And so we were both startled, but we looked at the fucking footage and we were like, "There's a couple of mistakes there, but we're not reshooting this."
No,
So we'll
it
just
was
post
really
it.
good. It was that was fun.
So
I had no idea what that context was, but it was a lot of fun.
So
great.
here's the thing. From somebody who has gone, I had my stint on YouTube and I deleted my profile because, I let somebody change my opinion. You are at a point with your following that you are not going to be able to make everybody happy.
I know.
And I understand 100% that you are going to want to think critically about what people are saying. However,
Can I explain why it bugs me?
okay, yeah.
So is because somebody commented that what I titled it was degrading, and the thing is, all the terms that I had used had been terms that I had used positively towards myself and those that I care about. But I always adjust my language if it makes someone else uncomfortable, because I don't want to do that shit. So when I posted it referring to myself, and someone else was like, "Hey, this is actually," they didn't say it was harmful. They didn't tell me how it was harmful, and I would like it. Like if somebody would like to tell me how it's harmful, I would love that. But I just want to make sure that I'm not accidentally saying something that is harmful to people in my community.
Right. Yeah, and I get that 100%. Like that, there's one side of things of like trying to understand somebody, but there's also people who are online who are always going to be offended about everything, no matter what. You are at a point, and I mean, like, this is not me saying like, oh yeah, now you're fine to go and just say homophobic, racist shit, right?
No,
That's
of course
besides the
not.
point. But like, when it comes to online comment sections, this is why people say don't read the comments, is because there's always going to be somebody who has that opinion. And like, I get wanting to understand them, and that's important, but like, if it's one person out of like
It
the
was a couple.
100, okay, even if it's a couple people out of like hundreds, think about that. That's less than a percentage of people, and everybody else is taking it very positively. Like, you cannot make everybody happy.
So, and I acknowledge that, and I probably, don't hit the table, Charles.
I'm
But
going to murder you.
He's gonna kill you. But the thing is, like,
And
if it was-
that's a good point. And like Miss Crazy Fangirl points out too, like that video in question has over 45,000 likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always going to be one or two like assholes who are just like, I fucking hate it, or I'm offended by this. And you want to be mindful of like whether something's going to offend someone, but you don't want to like just
completely change yourself to try and make
well, yeah,
everyone else
and you don't
happy.
want to walk on eggshells either.
I don't like. I every other word out of my mouth is a cuss. You know that. Like
Yeah.
that's just how I speak, and I don't want to change anything. I don't want to change my attitude.
There's no reason
I
you
just
should
want
have to.
make sure that I'm not accidentally doing harmful behavior just because I'm uneducated. I want to be able to
Right.
make sure that I'm educated on all the ways that I could fuck shit up
Sure.
in a mass way. Now, if somebody's like, "Oh, I hate your hair," and it offends me, I'm never gonna have an issue. Like I'm like, okay, cool, have a wonderful day, you know. But if it's something that I feel like I could be actively making someone else feel bad while doing,
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's another thing. Like, yes, I agree with you 100%. If you have had a conversation with somebody and they have said, "Hey, this is a thing that is actively offending me," and then you are consistently doing that, yes, as a performer, you do have to watch out for that, because that is something that is like, hurting somebody
Unintentionally.
unintentionally.
Or not,
And like
still hurt
obviously you want to
someone.
make sure that you're like treating your audience with respect.
Yeah.
But
And owning up to the shit when you do fuck up.
right.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it and apologize and move on.
Yeah, exactly. Acknowledge, apologize, move on, change your behavior in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But like
Yeah,
there are
change it,
going
or
to
it
be
doesn't matter.
there are going to be people from here on out, every single one of your videos that are gonna be like, but they're
no,
gonna you.
I'm pretty I'm pretty educated. I'm not super duper educated. I want to be more educated on a lot of the shit that's going on with trans people. I could be more educated on it, but I feel like I'm educated enough to know when I'm being trolled or when something's like not that. I don't want to say like not that big of a deal because like I don't want to belittle anyone's experiences or
Sure.
anything like that. But
Yeah.
you know, if it's something that's just commonplace and like not actually harmful directly in the way that it's delivered, then I probably won't, you know, fixate on that. But this one just kind of bugged me. I was like, oh man, I really hope I'm not fucking up monumentally.
You're not. I mean, you're not.
And
You-
that's actually a great segue into what I wanted to talk about while Charles sets up Energy Drink Corner is oh my god, I didn't see that. That's Little Skulls. Okay, that's rad. Anyway, yesterday I saw a movie called Jojo Rabbit. Have you heard about this movie?
Okay, I've heard of it. I have not seen it yet.
Okay, so Cliff's Notes version of the story. It's about a 10-year-old boy growing up in Nazi Germany who is one of the Hitler Youth, is what they were called in World War II. Basically, children that were being groomed to be fighters for the war movement.
Right.
And he has an imaginary friend who happens to be a very playful, fancy version of Adolf Hitler,
Right.
played by the writer and director
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. Thank you for pronouncing that so I didn't have to
Yeah.
figure it out, because I've never actually heard his name.
Right.
Heard someone speak his name, so as if he's Jesus. So he must not speak
Or Voldemort.
Taika Waititi's name in vain. But
He who shall not be named.
anyway, it's a wonderful film. To me, it's about how, you know, anyone, no matter what their ideology is, can have their mind changed and be exposed to a world that's different than what they think it is. Because I don't want to go into too much, but basically he finds out that his mom is actually a sympathizer with the Allies and has been hiding a Jewish woman in her closet. And the boy discovers that and meets this girl and befriends her, and it changes his whole worldview on who he is. And even though he's only 10 years old, he's like the smartest 10-year-old you've ever seen in your life. And it's just about how someone can change no matter how misguided their ideology is.
Right.
And that really resonated with me. It was a beautiful movie. So of course, after I watch a movie, I go look at the Wikipedia entries and I see like what people are saying about it, and I look at what the critical reviews were. And you know, most reviews are extremely positive. I mean, it was nominated for Golden Globes. It's all these things. I'm very scared of what you're pouring.
I know.
But
shit,
some of the reviews were talking about how it makes light of, you know, Nazis and didn't respect the horrible things that they were doing. And I'm just like, man, that's really missing the point. If you find that offensive, then you are taking the entire wrong message from it.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
would say the same thing to you, KevCat. People are going to take whatever message they want from it, and that's their experience. It doesn't have to be yours. You know where your heart's coming from, and that's really what's important.
Yeah, okay, I agree,
Both-
but I just
okay,
want to say like
yes, both
okay,
of
I
those
won't
things.
finish
You're
my
okay. No,
sentence.
you're fine. You're fine. Go ahead.
I just want to say like I just want to make sure I don't want to be one of those assholes that's like, well, it's just creation, so you don't need to worry about it. It's like, this is 2020. I should be able to like listen to someone else's issues. I don't want to like, you know, hey, I had a bad birthday once, so can you never mention birthdays again? Like I will not do that. But
Right.
like if it seems like there's a bit of a belittlement between like people using the words that I used, and I'm like, it's just a term for endearment for me, and I really don't want to make anyone feel like they're being belittled by watching
Right.
Sure.
the show.
And there's no way to 100% avoid that. It's unfortunate,
especially on TikTok.
Tic-tac.
On
On
TikTok.
Tic-Tac.
On TikTok, where
welcome to Tic Tac Live.
where
Our
the
breath smells amazing.
where the general population of TikTok has a tendency to be much younger, much more uninformed about things. But here's the thing. Both of those things are right. Yes, you want to 100% like listen to somebody, understand them, try to like get to the bottom of things. I think that's very important. but it's also important to be both. Both of those things are right. Both.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Are you ready to fucking die, mates?
Yeah.
Hi there. Welcome to Charles's Energy Drink Corner, the show where we drink. It's not energy. There's a little bit of energy drink in this. Also, I think this one has some hair.
I'll take it.
That's yours, my dude. That one is Chris's.
Okay.
So this. Okay, which one's this? One's mine.
That one's yours. This
Okay.
one's the hair one.
So, last week I had my first D&D campaign that wasn't recorded and wasn't a thing that I was trying to popularize on the internet in a hot minute. And I bought a bottle of very cheap liquor.
Let's be honest. That's the only liquor you ever buy.
This is okay. No, that's not true. I buy good whiskey. But like this was meant for a mixer. But like, okay, also for everybody who's over 21 or over the drinking age wherever you're from, don't buy good liquor to fucking mix shit with.
That's very true.
If you are trying to get fucked up, don't get the nice shit.
But even then, like if you're not trying to get fucked up and you just want a fancy drink, don't buy a $70 bottle of whiskey. You're wasting your money because it doesn't matter. You're trying to drink something that tastes like a ice cream shake. It's not about the liquor. Just get drunk, get crunk. But this is vodka flavored like eggnog.
Oh God, I'm already
some fucking
my
monster
stomach's
mule.
already turning.
So this is it's also mixed with a little bit of mule. So my thought here is that this is actually going to be kind of like an interesting flavor profile, mostly because
By interesting, you mean deadly?
Yeah. So yes,
I tasted it
100%.
off the table, and I'm gonna let you know, dog. That was straight up plastic. I'm excited for this to go in my mouth.
Oh yikes!
Someone clip that on Twitch, please.
Oh God, please don't. I think the amount of times that I've actually said that on the show is upsetting.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. I think the flavor profiles of the mule, like a little bit of like the limey kind of flavor to this, is gonna be kind of interesting.
Okay.
And I
Can
hope
I
in a
have
good
some
way.
of your mule after I take
Yeah,
this?
yeah, 100%. I think we'll probably need it. So, anyways, everybody, cheers to 2020, a new year. Because I don't.
Okay,
oh
easy.
my
Yeah, we're gonna
gosh.
clink, air clink.
Air clink.
The tiniest of clinks.
Tiniest of clinks.
It's not my fault. Charles filled this. up
Pitter
so
patter.
much.
Let's
That's
get at
true.
her.
That was pretty good, actually. That tasted like Tums. that was so weird. Oh man, you made it a new drink because I've had the eggnog before.
Oh,
Okay.
Chris
so
is dying.
I don't think Chris is a big fan of vodka. I think that's the issue there.
I mean, I'm not a
Did it
huge.
taste like Tums to you? Because it tasted like Tums.
It doesn't taste like Tums. It tastes like death.
Yeah, it's vodka.
Well,
I mean,
it's a good thing it came in a skull.
here's an actually like interesting.
And you're right.
thing.
I'm not a big vodka fan.
Yeah, vodka's gross. It's good for mixing, but like when it comes to anything else, it's not. I don't drink just vodka straight. There's actually like a conspiracy theory that with the nature
That
of
the Jews created vodka to destroy us.
What?
Sorry, I watched a World War II movie. I was reading about conspiracy theories. I thought it made for a half decent joke.
That's so bad.
Charles is dead inside.
that was
We're canceled in 30 states now.
okay.
That was clearly a joke.
Yeah,
I know,
obviously.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
I'm just
so,
fucking with you, I love you.
no, that is not the case. But the conspiracy theory, it's not really a conspiracy theory, but there's a lot of articles going around online right now that talk about how the nature of how vodka is made, that all vodka tastes the same, and that if it's just plain vodka and it's distilled the same amount of times, it's going to taste the same, and that Burnett's, the tiny little, like the very inexpensive vodka,
Burnasties.
tastes just the same as like Grey Goose.
I mean, I would not have any trouble believing that. I think it comes down to the number of times it's distilled and how long it ages or whatever. Like, I'm not a a liquor making person, so I don't know exactly how that works. But yeah,
Tastes the same.
I've heard that as well. That they basically start as the same, and what comes afterwards is what separates
Right,
them.
like especially like the flavor profile, like
Yeah.
adding I think when it comes to vodka, like even like the plain vodkas are flavored, especially when you get into Bernasties and even like Three Olives. Three Olives, they have a Mountain Dew flavored one. Let's. You want more?
I'm not driving home.
That bottle is yours.
Drink responsibly, kids.
I am drinking responsibly.
I was talking to our audience, who I've
Drink
alienated with
responsibly.
horrible
Make sure you
jokes.
have a DD and will to live. 'cause
So
it's
okay,
Will
so
to live is good.
would you if put in front of you, would you, so we can finish up the energy drink corner, would you have another shot of this if it was put in front of you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
What if we filled
absolutely
it
not.
just a little bit on the bottom and we didn't tell our audience? We were like, we filled it the whole way.
No.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Do you want to feign it?
You're okay.
Do you want to fake it?
I don't
Just
even want
hold
to
it
fake
last?
it. No.
Because there's
I
probably like a
don't.
little bit left in there, and Chris is like, "Nope, I'm not. I'm
No,
not here for it."
I'm a one and doneer on this one.
Do you want to do a half shot with me?
No, I
Okay,
am.
got it.
I have to. I have to drive, my
I
dude.
bet. Okay.
We talked
Everyone
about-
who's
we talked
drinking
about-
with me.
okay.
Clink.
Okay, we talked about this in the car. Lately, I have become what is considered a lightweight, and for some reason, when I drink one beer, 2 beers max, makes me white girl wasted.
Dang. Yeah, you did tell me about that, and I think it's really funny to think of you just like, oh man, this Odell be hitting different, dog.
I don't drink Odell. Okay, when I go out to drink, if I'm drinking anything out in public, it's cheap beer. If it's
Fair.
more than $3 for a pint, I can't.
For
I'm
a
not.
pint?
Yeah,
Dude, you're drinking piss.
I'm drinking the local piss beer, Old Aggie.
Oh, yeah,
made
that's
by
piss
the
beer.
college. It's made by our CSU, the local college. I don't know. I don't think it's made by them, but it's made for the college students who can't afford anything else.
It's definitely made for them.
Yeah. And it's not bad. It's like, it's better than PBR, and PBR is like the best of the worst. So
I like PBR.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh well, you're drinking really shitty piss beer.
I
and-
didn't say I didn't also drink piss. I was saying you are drinking piss. It's a fact.
Someone clip that, please.
Hi there.
Oh man, now I'm in a
Welcome to
fucking
NoCo
fetish
Live.
porn. What am
We
I
drink
doing?
piss.
Can you pass me the mule so I can drink my problems away? With Monster. With Monster.
So what else? What else are we talking about this week? There's a new episode of Talking Roll out.
There's a new episode of Talk and Roll Out, and it's hilarious. Oh, Miss Crazy Fangirl wants to know, what's your favorite beer?
What's my favorite beer? It's Old Rasputin is my favorite beer. It comes in a 4-pack, right? It has a picture of Rasputin like on the bottle, and he's just like big beard, big bushy beard. And it tastes like how a cigar box kind of smells. It has that very like oaky and like smoky kind of taste to it.
Okay.
And it's not meant to like chug. Like it's not to,
Right.
for like
You're not supposed to shotgun
I'm
that
gonna
shit.
throw back a couple old Rasputins, my bro. It's not that kind of beer. Either that or what's the one that's Duchess de Baronne is really good. It's like a sour beer.
I've not heard about that, but as far as beers go, I do like sours.
This one's great.
Oh, I like
it
sours, too.
tastes, it has the like flavor profile kind of like a vinaigrette kind of even.
Ooh.
Yeah, like
Wacky.
like a very aged vinaigrette. So it's really good. I highly recommend Duchess de Baronne if you can find it. It's something that's you sip on. That or Old Rasputin are both really good choices.
So I really like sipping pretty if I want something sweet and like something that's like still pretty, got a good kick to it. Or if I'm trying to have a real good time, Mercenary, usually I just default on PBR though. Also, one time I saw my very small friend who's very susceptible to alcohol. She shotgunned a mercenary and beat a frat boy at it. And after she finished it, like she did it in like 5 seconds. She finished it, slammed the can on the ground and goes, yeah! And fell into a bush. And it was the best night of my life.
I love this. Ooh, Chris, did you get this the situation figured out with the?
I
GoPro?
did. Yeah.
What was going on with
It's working
it?
perfect now.
It's a.
Right. Yeah. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So cool. So now we have it. It's working. We're good.
Yeah.
Chris, what beer
What's
is
your
your
favorite
what's
beer?
your favorite beer?
My favorite beer. Shit. There was this, and I don't remember the name of it, sadly, but I did a New Belgium tour, and they had a sour, one of their seasonal sours that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
want
an orange / I don't know, some kind of citrusy sour, but that was really tasty. Honestly, since I'm not a big beer fan, I really like Not Your Father's root beer.
Yes.
Ooh, I love that one.
I love
Have you
that
ever
stuff's
made a
really
float
good.
out of it?
Yeah, it's great.
I have not.
Oh,
It's good
Can
though.
you come over sometime and we can watch movies and make alcoholic root beer floats?
I'm down.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'll
okay.
make you bean dip.
No, okay. The root beer is good, but
What is
doing
with you
it,
and bean dip?
I just really want to make you bean dip.
Okay, that's cool. I'm down with
just you. I hate bean dip, but Chris, I feel like for some reason you need bean dip.
that. It's just
Honestly,
for you.
Kind of that. I'll make you pizza rolls
I
or
made
chicken
this
nuggets.
for you.
I made this for you. I did it because I love you.
I learned it from you, Mom.
So instead of doing the root beer and then doing the root beer float, that's too easy. My recommendation: get a Guinness and add a scoop
Ooh.
of chocolate ice cream into it. It is so wonderful.
I bet that would
I
be
have
like
had a
super
Guinness
rich.
float back when Fort Collins Brewery was still a thing. I did have a Guinness float, and it was pretty tasty.
Yeah. So,
So, Miss Crazy Fangirl, what's your favorite beer?
and everybody in the
and
chat,
do you want
like,
to call in?
yeah, yeah. So
Can we have people calling?
We can, but we already have enough things going
Okay,
on.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
let's
wanna
gotta
not
mess
do
with
that.
it.
Exactly.
then. Maybe don't call in, but send in messages. Bug the shit out of us. We love
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, we love you in the chat. Thank you so much for checking this out. Yeah, let us know in the chat, what is your favorite alcoholic beverage, whether it be beer or wine, or if
hey,
you don't
if
drink.
you don't drink,
what's your
let us
favorite
know
drink?
what's your favorite drink.
What's your favorite soda?
Oh my
And
god,
if you don't
what's your
drink
favorite
soda,
juice? What's your favorite juice? Mine is cran grape.
juice,
White grape.
White grape
Welch's
is
white
so
grape.
good.
cran mango,
Ooh, I love
ocean
that
spray
one.
cran mango.
Rango.
Oh my god, that one's so tasty.
There's 2 different kinds though.
And if you don't drink juice, what's your favorite temperature of water to drink? Mine is hot.
It's
I
so
only
weird.
drink hot water. Everyone thinks I'm weird for this, but I can only drink hot water.
No, I'll tell you. So, my girlfriend, so forgive me if this is too much information, but my girlfriend and I were taking a shower, and I
Together?
Showers can be
Maybe.
platonic too.
Okay.
That's true. They
Shower
can be.
with your friends
I'm
2020.
not shower shaming, but anyway, I like to drink water out of the shower.
Me too. I just
Dispenser
stand there
thing.
like,
Yeah, that's exactly that. And the shot was on me, so it didn't see you. But what was that face? Yeah, exactly
just
like
like
that.
straight up in
Hey.
the shower.
You guys are drinking shower water? Do you know who else drinks shower water?
Who?
My corgi.
I don't drink it after it's fallen on the floor. I drink it when it
I
comes
knew
out
there
of the
was a reason I
faucet.
like Sago.
You guys?
She smells so bad.
She does, but it's fine. You get used to it.
Miss Crazy Fangirl really likes dark cranberry and says hot water is the best water. Fuck
It
yeah.
is. Okay, listen.
Fangirl, we are friends for life.
It's so great. Hot water is the best. It just like warms you wonderfully, and if you don't fuck with tea, you can just have warm water with some lemon in it, and it hits the spot. It makes you feel nice inside. It's good.
Now, here's the weird thing about me. I only drink hot water in the shower. I will not
that,
drink hot
though.
water on its own when I'm
kind
outside of the shower.
It's kind of a kink of mine. Hot water in the. I gotta drink water in the shower. It makes me rock hard. But to be honest though, cold water is for bitches. Like if it's not at least lukewarm, like I can't drink cold water. A, because my teeth are nightmares,
same.
nightmare children within my mouth. That if there's anything that touches them that's even slightly not lukewarm, it goes ah!
Oh
in
my
my
God.
mouth. So that's why I pulled away from the microphone.
It didn't help.
It kind of did.
I move away from the mic to breathe in, Charles.
I move. Yes, Tezonde.
Rest in peace. He's probably still alive. But
He's 100% alive.
I'm just saying, rest in peace.
But
I hope he sleeps well tonight. That's
Fangirl
why.
was asking what our favorite beers are because she does, and I'm assuming you're identify as a woman. Please
Just say
correct me
they.
if I'm wrong. They
Yeah,
they were
they is-
asking because you guys what's your favorite beers are because I don't have a favorite and I'm open to options. So
Okay,
yeah, there's
so-
some choices.
Mercenary is the way to go if you want to get fucked up because that one is like twice the amount of points of alcohol
I
as
can't do
regular
mercenary.
beers.
It's too
IPA.
It's
Also, I
too.
think,
Yeah.
I think we are also taking advantage of the fact that we live in northern Colorado and there's a micro
Okay.
beer brewery on every goddamn corner.
That's
so,
true.
So
Yeah.
we are in the mecca of beer, like local breweries, microbreweries.
And I'm a wine drinker.
Yeah.
So.
So you have come to the right show to ask about beer. Except, I mean, one of us doesn't really like beer too much. So like,
I
probably
don't
not
like
the right
things
show.
that are super hoppy.
Right.
You know, I'll drink
Fair.
like, you know, if I'm at like old Chicago or something, you know, I'll probably get like a shock top. I can drink that.
Yeah, shock top is great. Add a little bit of orange juice to a shock top.
Yeah, shock top with an actual slice of orange. I'm happy.
And get
love
seriously,
citrus
get some
drinks.
actual orange juice in it. It becomes like a beer mimosa, and you feel so fancy because you're like, this is so good.
Is that what you got fucked up on the other night?
Yeah.
I knew it, you fucking
This was at the local drag brunch, and I went to the drag brunch show. I had
to take you to a gay bar.
yes, it was
That is a great song.
It's a lot of if anybody hasn't been to a drag show who's watching the show, I highly recommend it. Drag shows are great. It's a great show. But locally,
Was that last episode where we talked about that, or maybe 2 episodes ago?
yeah.
Maybe.
But the drag brunch is awesome. So and it's not run my partner runs a drag show in Greeley, and it's so much fun. And you know I go have I talked about this on the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I go as DJ Fuckboy.
Yeah.
Have you guys like it's so perfect.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. You went into like the first time you went and did that, and we talked about that.
Yeah. So quick side story. We did a family friendly show, so I couldn't go by DJ Fuckboy. So I had to go by
Okay.
DJ Charles. Right.
It'd be really
What
funny
about
if you
DJ
just change it to.
Calypso?
Okay.
That's even worse.
DJ Calypso, but like you have I like DJ Calypso, except the explanation of DJ Calypso, if you listen to the podcast, is a little bit not appropriate. So like if somebody were to come up to me and say, "Hey, what is DJ Calypso?" It's like, ha ha ha, you know, this is
It's
just
the way-
a name that people call me.
Yeah.
But like to the side of things, during the show, Simone, who goes by Simon Hyperion, so Simon jumps on stage and says, "Oh, this is DJ Charles. We can't tell you what his real name is, like as a DJ,
Oh,
because
no.
this is a children's
Oops.
show. But it rhymes with DJ Muckmoy."
Oh,
And I'm like, yes.
you should have been DJ McElroy.
You should have been DJ Frick Boy.
DJ McElroy, which is basically my existence right now as a human being.
You should have been DJ Frick Boy.
No, that's still.
DJ
No, it's super cute.
DJ Fudge Boy.
DJ Fudge Boy. I like that. You could be a
Actually,
fudge
that
boy.
would take a different meaning. I
That would be
suppose.
really bad, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We recorded an episode of Rolling Misadventures this week.
Yes, I heard this.
And it was a bunch of like bears, so like the whole idea was like actual bears, not like all bigger gay men.
Yeah.
like hairy gay men. So that wasn't the whole premise. But my name was Twinkie the bear.
That's fantastic.
Wait, I sent you this, but isn't a bear that's a twink just an otter?
Yeah, you said that to me when you were like listening in on my show when I was screaming
Because
Twinkie
I had
the
to
bear.
go to work and it was 8 o'clock in the morning and you were like, I'm gonna suck some bear dick.
Yep. That's one of my podcasts, everybody.
I love it so much. Please check it out. Rolling Misadventures. It's super good.
Okay, so what else are we going to talk about?
What else are we? What's on everybody's minds? I talked about Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, there's a new episode of Talk and Roll. We didn't really talk about
There
that.
is a new episode of Talk and Roll out, which is awesome. Talk and Roll. And we don't do well enough. I was thinking about this the other day. We don't do well enough kind of celebrating the small victories that we
Right.
have. And like Talk and Roll was voted like one of the top 30 podcasts in the country for comedy fiction last year.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
And we posted it on like Instagram and stuff, but we didn't really do anything else with it. And not that I'm the sort of person who's gonna like I'm not the sort of person to brag in general.
Right.
So I think that's where part of that comes from. But like, I do think that for things like that are really special, we need to make a bigger deal about.
Yeah, and you know, like we've recently moved over podcasting hosts, right? And you know, we've moved over to Captivate, which is great. But just being able to like, and I haven't been on Captivate in a minute, right? So like jumping in and seeing like how much growth there's actually been with our shows, I was like, holy shit. Like we're actually seeing some like significant growth here, which is like awesome. But yeah, the Law and Order theme song is dope. It's so dope.
Dun, 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 dun.
You fucking came out of your room and you were like, dude, I bought the rights for Law and Order, and I was like, what?
We have the rights. Yeah, we have the rights to play it through the station, which is so great.
That's so amazing.
Which is great.
Fangirl says, that's amazing. You guys deserve a party. Well, it's interesting. So we actually did do a kind of our first year anniversary party, even though it was like 6 months late in November. And we actually gave out awards for some of the shows that have had a lot of success, at least from a numbers perspective or a recognition perspective. And so we did Talk and Roll got an award for top 30, as well as Corbin versus the World, which is our new music show, and Connecting a Better World, which is our nonprofit show about social good. So, you know, we are trying to celebrate a little bit more. But it's definitely one of those things that's hard for me because I'm just not the sort of person who's going to be like, look at the awesome things we're doing. Like I did a year in review post on Facebook, and that took me like 6 hours to figure out because I was just like, oh, I don't want to be one of those assholes that's like bragging. Right. But also like I also do want to have pride in what we're doing and feel like I can you know, communicate that pride without sounding like, you know, an asshole.
I don't think it's being prideful if you just acknowledge your actual like achievements that you have gotten. Like enjoying the milestones along the way doesn't take away from your journey. You still go on. You just get to have a wonderful moment that you get to cherish with the people that you created this wonderful thing with.
Yeah.
It was so wonderful to sit in a room with everybody. I fucking love Corbin. I love Stephanie James. I love Natalie. Like, I never get to see these people, but I get so stoked every time I get to, and I'm super noxious. I'm like, is that Stephanie James, host of The Spark? Is that Corbin from Corbin versus the World? Is that Charles Kelly, host of Talk and Roll? And you know what? Every time I get to see them, I'm
AKA
so excited.
DJ Calypso, AKA DJ Fuckboy.
So currently, KevCat and I are living together. We're in the same house.
They're the original odd couple.
So when it comes to this situation, whenever I come home from work, KevCat does the same thing. Like, is it Charles Kelly from Talk and Roll?
Host of the Talk and Roll.
Every time, and I feel like I started.
Co-creator of NoCo FM. Is that Chris Lamphere, creator of NoCo FM?
I feel
I do
like
this to all of my friends. I'm like, is that Adrian?
Oh my God.
Is that Adrian, lead singer of Plasma Canvas?
Is that Charles Kelly of MrCharlesJKelly.com?
I love that.
It should start expanding more to like more innocuous things. Like, is that Charles Kelly, the guy living on my couch?
Is that Sego, the dog that breathes on me and makes me want to die every time she does? Her breath smells so bad.
It's not as bad. Okay, it's gotten better. It's gotten better than when she first moved in, and the reason why, A, is because she's no longer eating cat poop. B is because I did brush her teeth once, and it was really hard for her because she has 3 teeth, and they're very, they're falling out of her head.
And she's super old.
She's so old.
Yeah.
She's 14 years old, my dudes.
No, I fucking would die for this dog any goddamn day. She knows that my life is dedicated to her existence. She knows this.
Like half of
She
your
just
TikTok
objectively smells
is my
bad.
dog.
I just wanted you to watch me dissolve. She's walking down the
Codeine a beanbag chick.
What?
So
I love her.
What else is going on, guys? What else should we talk about this week?
Adventure Zone is getting a fucking TV show.
Yeah, that's pretty wacky. I mean, good for the McElroys. That's fantastic. I mean, we talk about like, Talk and Roll getting like the, top 30 podcasts, and McElroys are over here turning their podcast into animated shows. But it's going to be an animated show on Peacock, which is a horrible name. But
I think it's a great name.
But that's NBC's new streaming service that's coming out soon, and that was one of the shows that was announced. However, what's exciting to me about Peacock, other than the horrible name, is the fact that Saved by the Bell is coming back.
What?
Yes.
I'm so excited. I only
Saved by the fucking Bell is back, and I am legitimately so excited about this because it is one of my favorite shows ever in the cheesiest, silliest way, but I still watch it. I have fond memories of growing up with it and watching all those episodes a million times, and it actually does, it's Zach and Slater and Jesse are returning, and who knows who else will come back and make appearances, but the gang's getting back together, and man, it's exciting.
Are you so lit? That sounds amazing.
I'm really, really stoked.
Coming back to Adventure Zone.
Yes.
Right. It is being executive produced by Adam Higgs. Very few people know this name. The reason why I'm super excited about this, he wrote a lot of episodes for Orphan Black, which, if you guys haven't seen Orphan Black,
it's one of my favorite. Orphan Black.
Yeah. Tatiana Maslany is like one of my favorite actresses of all time because of that show, and how she is able to have 8 separate characters. So it's a show about a bunch of clones. Have you seen this?
No, I have not, but I'm really I've heard about it. And I want to watch it.
So she plays 8 different characters on a consistent basis for the show. Yeah. It's all about all of the different clones who live near each other and have to figure out why they were cloned together and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she was part of this experiment, and she finds out there's more of her out there, but they all have very distinct personalities and somewhat different appearances, and there are tons of scenes where she's interacting with herself.
Right.
Multiples of herself in the same scene. It's absolutely incredible acting.
Is there a sex scene between her and herself yet?
No.
Okay, then just
the
wait
show's
for it,
over,
it's gonna
but
happen.
The show's over.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
That would be really creepy.
Yeah. So
People do it.
Fuck their clones.
Gross.
That's a thing.
Have you not seen that Lady Gaga music video where she makes out with
your
herself?
own clone,
I
Christopher?
mean, not that I'm going to admit to on a stream.
Okay,
Okay, listen. If you fuck your own clone, is it gay or masturbation
it's gay.
or
Ooh.
incest?
It's incest.
Gay, masturbation, incest.
It's not masturbation. It's
What is
definitely
it?
incest.
No, it's not, because if it's an exact clone of you with all your experiences and your thoughts, if you just copy and pasted me next to each
all
other,
your thoughts
I
is
am
in
fucking
THOTS.
myself, which is the definition of masturbation.
I don't think so.
THOTS.
The moment.
It's called narcissism.
the moment.
That would be the height of narcissism for sure.
The moments that your clone is created, they are experiencing new experiences. There is no way, unless you
Yeah, like in Multiplicity.
Right, exactly.
Okay, fair.
So they're now experiencing new things. So unless you during the process of cloning somehow immediately pop out from each other and then start having sex,
Yeah.
that is officially 2 separate people, because even though they have very similar experiences, mostly experience the same experiences, there are a few moments where they've strayed from each other. Those are 2 different people.
Okay, fair. Fair.
It's
I
definitely not
guess.
masturbation, unless you masturbate on your clone. Then that is masturbation onto your clone.
This has been Sex Ed with Charles Joseph Clay
I want
of MrCharlesKelly.com.
Okay, Tatiana Maslany. I want to talk more about her acting style.
Yes.
Because my favorite thing that she would do in that show is she would play one of the characters who would then have to act like one of the other characters. So basically there are
Characterception.
yeah, exactly. So she would have the soccer mom have to play as the crazy Russian clone, right? And to be able to sneak into a place where that person's able to go. And then so it would be a soccer mom playing this character. So there's so many different levels to the show. Highly recommend it. It's wonderful. If you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix in Canada.
I think it's on Amazon Prime still as well.
It's
It-
on,
For free?
yeah, I think so. I think it
Dope.
was one of the free Prime shows, but it's also on like BBC America.
Yeah, it's on
You
BBC.
can catch it that
So
way.
it's a BBC Netflix show, but it's only available on Netflix in
In other
Canada.
countries, yeah.
Yeah, in other countries.
Because in America
Okay.
it was on BBC America.
Exactly.
But for that role, I'm kind of worried about her future because I'm like, what is she gonna do acting wise to top this?
She did a Jake Gyllenhaal movie. Didn't
Oh
she?
man, well I don't know, I didn't see that, but she won a Primetime Emmy Award, a TCA Award, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, and 5 Canadian Screen Awards, in addition to nominations for Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Awards.
That's pretty fucking
She's
dope.
also the first Canadian actor to win an Emmy in a major dramatic category for a Canadian series. It's an amazing show.
That's what
you
I'm
should
talking
watch it.
about.
Hey,
That was really bad. I'm firing
I'm gonna
myself.
watch it while I'm eating my Timbits.
What does that mean? It
the only
sounds
thing-
wonderful.
Timbits is a little donut thing that comes from Tim Hortons, which is a really big fast food chain in Canada. They're famous for their coffee and for their little donut hole things called Timbits.
I love that. I want a Timbit.
So the only thing that she's been in recently, besides from Orphan Black, was this movie called Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal. Basically about the Boston bombing and one of the people who survived it. She
Oof.
plays his wife.
Is it
And-
like the generic wife role?
Yeah, it's the generic wife role and the
Aw, it's a
7
bummer.
clones that kind of like follow around Jake Gyllenhaal, who's a bombing
Jake
victim.
Gyllenhaal.
And in each scene, he's talking to a different one.
She's gonna be
They're the 7
typecast
dwarfs.
as the clone in everything from here on out. There's a new season of Clone Wars coming out, starring Tatiana Maslany.
She just beats the shit out of herself for an hour.
No, it's Clone Wars. She plays Obi-Wan Kenobi and his 7 clones.
General
Man, talk about
Kenobi.
getting typecast. Jesus.
Okay.
General Kenobi's.
So like, KevCat and I are having a really hard time not quoting TikTok videos.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like this entire video. The one that
I'm really glad because, for the record, I'm not on TikTok and I wouldn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
okay. So I think you should.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because this is the moment where you will find yourself that that Simpsons quote where Grandpa Simpson has the line about like he's like, oh, I was with it once and then they changed what it was and then
That's me.
what was was different and strange and it's going to happen to you too.
Yes.
And then it happens to Homer. This is the moment. TikTok is the new it. And if you don't find yourself in a situation, you're not going to be able to step forward. So I think it's very important for people just to understand like where like society's actually heading.
I really don't have time for another social network, man.
I would say get rid of Facebook, go on TikTok. Facebook sucks ass.
Facebook does, but it's also where the most people are, and in my day job, I have to use it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's
I'm
also where the normies are that I want to connect with.
The
you know?
normie is why. What the fuck would you ever fuck with a normie? I'm kidding.
My friends I have lots of friends that are normies.
So do I.
See, the only thing that I see Chris post on Facebook is when he's complaining to people in podcasting groups. And that's usually the only time that I see Chris posting about stuff is when people aren't using the search tool in a platform. So that's usually
There is that for sure.
it's like I think I wake up every morning and I see a post from Chris being like, use the search feature. Everybody talks about this every day. That's usually Chris.
I've become kind of cantankerous on that group.
Yeah, I hate that
I
group.
understand.
That's podcast we listen to, right?
No, that's Podcast Movement.
Okay, podcast movement is okay. Podcast
Okay.
movement is better than podcast we listen to. Podcast we listen to is a trash fire.
See, I haven't paid much attention to podcasts we listen to, but Podcast Movement is a goddamn trash fire. Like the guy who runs it, Jared, is a wonderful guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
He's a super good guy. We've had him on the Spark. He's awesome, but that community, like there is no moderation except there are tons of people moderating like the fact that like you shouldn't promote your shows or whatever, but people ask these same like 3 questions every fucking day, multiple times a day.
Right.
And that's why I get pissed off.
Right. So when it comes to podcasts we listen to, it's the same thing. You know, can't promote your shows. They do allow for like a weekly like thread for stuff like just like Podcast Movement does too. You know.
Sure.
But when it comes to podcast we listen to is actually a podcast itself.
Right.
And the only person who's actually allowed to promote their show is the host of that podcast group, Jeremy. And then he's just always like promoting his own stuff, but nobody else can. And it's just like, all right, you hypocrite. Like,
What a dick move.
I get like you want to promote your show. I get that. But also like follow your own rules. And it's problematic. People suck. I
What can you
hate it.
do?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So
On that note, it's 10 o'clock.
let's get out of here.
Do we have any parting thoughts, boys?
I have a show coming up on the 28th of February. If you are in the Fort Collins area, come check out No Picnic at the Lyric for our Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm going to be playing Rocky. I'm going to be punk Rocky, and it's going to be a great time. And my friends are amazing, so you should come check us out.
Fangirl says, I, EY, as a Canadian, approve of the accents and references.
Thank you so much.
Yes. That makes me happy.
I feel so great.
There's a new episode of Talk and Roll. If you haven't listened to it before, if you like Dungeons and or Dragons, and you like comedy, it's very not safe for work as long as you're fine with very adult humor. Yeah,
I
you
get
would
to
like
hold
it.
the clit.
Yeah, there's an item that they carry called the clit, and it's hilarious. And we also talk about porn sometimes on the podcast. Just
Let's talk
happens
about
For 10
sex,
minutes.
for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's great. I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. We have the Law and Order theme song on the new episodes. It's hilarious. Check it out. Also, check out all the other shows on NoCo FM. Check out Corbin versus the World. Corbin's doing some really hilarious comedy right now. Getting into the 2020 political sphere.
Yeah.
Is going to
And the absurdity of just everything that's going on.
yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
I cannot wait to listen to Corbin starting next month when the ads really start taking hold.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to have fodder for days. But yeah, folks, we do this every Monday, 9 o'clock ish, Mountain Time, 11 p.m. Eastern. We stream it on Twitch and YouTube, and also on our radio stream at noco.fm, which we broadcast 24 hours a day for your listening pleasure. Lots and lots of things, music during the day, talking stuff at night. I don't know what Charles is smirking about, but it's making me nervous.
Okay, no, let me explain. It is the scene from Aladdin where they're singing A Whole New World, but instead of Aladdin and Jasmine, it's a possum and a raccoon, and it says, "I can show you some trash," and it's super cute, and it just popped up on my Facebook because I had Facebook just pulled up. Anyways,
God, I love possums.
it was wonderful.
Facebook is the devil.
Facebook sucks ass. Dude, okay. So Facebook, okay. All it is just like stupid memes that I see on Reddit first. And like I experience these memes always first, and it's always that or like Facebook trying to sell me on a fucking Oculus Rift. That's the only things that I fucking see on Facebook, and I highly recommend just get off it. Just don't do it anymore. Get on TikTok. You'll find yourself like very, very out of place for the first couple of weeks. It's kind of rough, but once you start seeing the memes pop up, it's really good. Have you seen the My Butthole cat? This cat who just screams my butthole over and over again.
So Fangirl says, you guys are amazing. Love y'all. Thank you guys for letting me join in the conversation with
Always.
you.
Thank you so
you
much
for
for
joining
joining
us. Again, we do this every Monday night. We put up a podcast version on Tuesday morning, and it's also archived on YouTube, so you can watch back episodes there. And we also have lots of other podcasts that we've already talked about, so I'm not going to repeat those. But we love you. We'll see you next time.
Also
Have a
listen to
wonderful
Katie.
week, and
See you
we'll
next Monday.
see you next Monday.
Bye, guys.